My dear child, before you even opened your eyes this morning, I was already thinking about you. I was right there beside you, watching over you, loving you more than words could ever fully explain. And now, in this quiet and peaceful moment, I want you to stop whatever you are doing and just breathe. Take one slow, deep breath and feel something beautiful happening inside you. That little warmth spreading through your chest right now. That is me. That is my love wrapping itself gently around your heart like a soft blanket on a cold night. I am not far away sitting on some distant cloud, unreachable and unaware of your pain. I am here. I am close. I am closer to you right now than the very air that is filling your lungs. And I want you to feel that truth settled deep inside you today, because it will change everything. I want you to know something that will completely change the way you see your life. Every single time you bow your head and talk to me, something truly powerful happens. The heavens open up, light comes pouring down, and I listen to every single word you say. Not just the big and beautiful prayers, not just the ones that sound perfect and put together, but even the quiet whispers you make when you are lying in the dark, and you do not even know what to say. I hear those ones the most clearly. I hear all of them. And every single one of them matters to me more than you will ever know in this lifetime. When you come to me with an open heart, you invite joy into your life. Not a small or ordinary joy that disappears when things get hard. A deep, lasting, unshakable joy that comes from being connected to the one who created you with his own hands and breathed life into you on purpose. That kind of joy does not fade when problems come knocking at your door. That kind of joy stays right there, beside you through every storm and every dark night. The love I have for you is not something you earned by being good or doing everything right. You did not have to be perfect to receive it. You did not have to have your life figured out or your heart completely clean. You did not have to be the strongest or the smartest or the most successful person in the room. I loved you before you ever did a single thing right, and I love you still, even after everything you have done wrong. That is the kind of love I am made of. It has no beginning and no ending. It does not come and go depending on how your day is going or how well you behaved. It is steady, it is constant, it is patient, and it is yours forever, no matter what. I know that you have been carrying a lot of very heavy things on your shoulders for a long time now. I can see the weight that you have been walking around with, and my heart goes out to you. Some of that weight is pain from things that happened in your past, things that hurt you deeply and left marks on your soul that never fully healed. Some of it is worry about things that have not even happened yet, fears about the future that keep you awake at night staring at the ceiling. Some of it is a sadness so deep inside you that you have almost stopped expecting it to leave. You have carried it for so long that it has started to feel normal, like a permanent part of who you are. But I want you to hear something that is going to change that right now. That weight was never yours to carry alone, and I am taking it off your shoulders today. All of it, every single piece of it, gently and completely and forever. Every old wound that never fully healed. Every mistake that still makes you feel ashamed when you think about it in the quiet hours. Every tear you cried when nobody was watching and you thought nobody cared. I see all of it. I have seen all of it from the very beginning, and I am not turning away from any of it. I am moving closer. I am healing all of it right now, layer by layer, with a tenderness that goes deeper than any human comfort ever could. The chains that the past used to hold you down with, they are broken today. The heavy shame that made you feel like you were not enough, like you were too broken to be loved, it is lifted off of you right now. Every fear that made you feel small, and every doubt that whispered lies into your ear and made you feel lost, They are being washed away by something so much stronger than all of them put together. My mercy. And my mercy is not a tiny trickle of water. It is a flood. It covers everything completely. Every single thing without exception. There is nothing you have ever done that is too far gone for my forgiveness to reach. So accept it. Let it in. Stop holding the door closed because you feel like you do not deserve it. It is real and it is complete, and it belongs to you right now. Every video on this channel is created with love, faith, and dedication to sharing God's Word. If these messages inspire and encourage you, you can support our mission through the PayPal link in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for being part of this journey. From this day forward, I want you to begin seeing yourself differently. You are not a person who is just barely surviving and getting through each day by the skin of your teeth. You are not someone that life keeps pushing around with no purpose. You are my child. You are chosen. You are deeply and completely loved. And you are being carefully prepared for something so beautiful and so big that, if I showed you the full picture of your future right now, your mind would not even be able to hold it all. I have plans for your life that are greater than anything you have ever dared to dream on your very best day. Plans that are overflowing with hope. Plans that are bursting with a future full of good things. Plans that no person, no problem, no mistake, and no past failure can cancel or take away from you. Every morning that you wake up is not an accident. It is a deliberate gift that I gave you on purpose, because I still have things for you to do and experience and share with the world. Every breath you take is living proof that I am still with you, still working on your behalf, still holding you safely in my hands. The sun rising each morning is my personal reminder to you that no matter what yesterday looked like, no matter how badly things went or how many times you stumbled, today is a brand new beginning. And I love new beginnings more than anything. I am very, very good at them. Now I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and think about the people in your life that you love the most. Your family. The ones who make your heart feel full just by being near them. I want you to know that I am watching over them too. Every single one of them. I am surrounding your home with a protection that no enemy can break through. No matter what tries to come against your family, confusion, fear, sickness, sadness, or anything else, I am stronger than all of it combined, and I am standing guard. I am building a wall of my love and my peace around the people who matter most to you. Your family is going to be all right. More than all right. They are going to be blessed in ways that will make all of you stop and look at each other with tears in your eyes and say, only God could have done something this beautiful. The situations in your life that look completely hopeless right now, I see those too. The doors that seem permanently shut and locked with no key in sight. The relationships that feel broken beyond any possibility of repair. The dreams that you quietly stopped talking about because it started to feel too embarrassing to keep hoping for them. I have not forgotten a single one of them. I am working on every single one of them behind the scenes right now, in ways that you cannot see with your human eyes. You cannot always see what I am doing, and I understand that it is hard to trust what you cannot see. But just because you cannot see my work does not mean I have stopped working. I am always working when it comes to you. I am always arranging things, moving people into position, opening new paths, closing doors that would have hurt you, and carefully preparing moments that will one day leave you absolutely speechless with gratitude. Think back for a moment to the times in your life when something happened that you did not expect at all. Something good and wonderful that came out of nowhere and changed everything. A door that opened when you were not even knocking. A person who appeared in your life at exactly the right moment. a solution that came to a problem you had stopped trying to solve. That was me. That was my hand moving quietly and deliberately in your story. And I am still doing exactly that, right now. Even in the middle of whatever difficulty you are facing today, I am already preparing the breakthrough. The miracle you have been praying for is not lost. It has not been forgotten. It is not stuck in some heavenly waiting room. It is on its way to you, and it will arrive at exactly the right moment. Not a single day too late, and not one moment too soon. I know that waiting is one of the hardest things I ask of you. I know that when you are in the middle of a difficult and painful season, it can feel like absolutely nothing is ever going to change. It can feel like your prayers are going up and coming back down as silence, and you start to wonder if anyone is even listening. But I need you to understand something that will help you through every season of waiting that you will ever face. Waiting is never wasted time with me. Every single day that you wait with faith still burning in your heart, even a tiny flame of it, I am using that time to prepare you. I am growing something precious inside you during the wait: patience, strength, wisdom, character, depth, and trust. Things that you are absolutely going to need for the great life I am bringing you into. The waiting is not punishment for something you did wrong. The waiting is preparation for everything that is coming right. When a farmer plants a tiny seed in the dark ground, he does not dig it up the very next morning to check if it grew yet. He trusts the process. He trusts the rain to come and the sun to shine and the soil to do what soil does. He keeps tending to the land, keeps showing up, keeps watering, keeps believing that what he planted is alive down there, even when he cannot see it. And then one day, without any dramatic announcement, a tiny green shoot pushes up through the ground and says hello to the sunlight. That is life. That is growth. That is promise breaking through. That is exactly what is happening in your life right now. Seeds of blessing have already been planted. They are alive and growing under the surface in places you cannot see yet, but they are coming up. And when they finally break through into the open, you will not be able to stop smiling, and you will look back and understand why every single day of waiting was worth it. There is something else I need to tell you, and I want you to listen with your whole heart. I have seen you depending on other people to give you the peace and the comfort and the sense of safety that only I can truly give you. I have watched you put enormous amounts of hope and trust in human beings who, despite loving you, have limitations and weaknesses of their own. People are wonderful, and I created them to be a beautiful part of your life. But no human being, no matter how much they love you, can carry the full weight of your soul's deepest needs. They were never designed to. Only I was made for that. Only I died and rose again specifically for you. Only I know every single corner of your heart, every hidden room, every locked door, every secret fear, and I love every part of what I see. So I am asking you gently and lovingly today to shift the center of your trust, not away from the people you love, but deeper into me. Come to me first. Let me be your primary source of peace and direction. And watch how everything else in your life begins to fall into a beautiful order that you could not have arranged yourself. When you put me first in your life, when you seek me before you seek answers from the world, something remarkable begins to happen. I give you a peace that does not make logical sense, a peace that stays calm even when everything around you is loud and chaotic, a peace that the problems of this world cannot touch because it does not come from this world. It comes directly from me, and it settles into your heart like a deep, unmoving river. You stop lying awake at night, drowning in fear about tomorrow, because you know that I am already in tomorrow, already there making things ready for you, already working out every detail you are worried about. You stop grasping and striving, and exhausting yourself trying to control things that were never in your hands to begin with. You simply trust. And in that trust, you find a rest that your soul has been looking for your whole life. I want to talk to you now about the words that come out of your mouth each day, because they matter far more than you realize. I gave you the gift of language and speech, and it is one of the most powerful gifts I put in human hands. The words you speak are not just sounds that disappear into the air. They carry weight. They carry life, or they carry death. They build up, or they tear down. They open doors, or they close them. Every word you speak to another person carries a seed inside it, and that seed grows into something. So I am asking you today to become someone who is deeply intentional and thoughtful about the words you choose. Speak life into the people around you. When someone is discouraged, be the voice that encourages them. When someone feels invisible and forgotten, be the one who reminds them that they are seen and valuable. When someone has given up hope, carry hope for them in your words until they can carry it themselves. Your words have divine power when they are spoken with love, and I want you to use that power generously and boldly every single day. And I want you to do something else that will transform your life in ways you are not expecting. I want you to begin giving more than you think you can. Give your time. Give your kindness. Give your encouragement. Give what you have, even when it feels like it is not enough. Because here is the secret about giving that most people never discover until very late in life. You cannot outgive me. Every seed of generosity you plant, I grow into a harvest that is larger than what you started with. Every act of genuine kindness you perform in my name plants something beautiful in the invisible world that eventually breaks through into the visible one. Giving is not a transaction. It is an act of faith. And every time you give with a willing heart, you are telling me with your actions that you trust me to take care of your needs. And I always do. I always will. We are committed to spreading hope, faith, and the message of Jesus Christ to people around the world. If you would like to help us continue this work, please visit our PayPal link below. Your kindness means more than words can express. Now I want to speak directly to the part of you that is tired. The part that has been fighting hard for a long time and is starting to wonder if it is worth it to keep going. The part that has prayed the same prayer so many times that the words feel worn out. The part that watched other people receive their breakthroughs and quietly wondered why yours has not come yet. I see that part of you clearly, and I love that part of you just as deeply as I love the joyful and strong parts. And I want to say something to that tired, wondering part of you right now. Do not give up. Please do not give up right now. Not when you are this close. The darkest part of the night always comes right before the sunrise. That is not just a nice thing to say. It is the truth about how things work. The most intense resistance always comes right before the breakthrough. The valley is always deepest right before the mountain. And you are so much closer to your morning than you know. If you stop now, you would be stopping in the middle of a miracle that is already in motion. The walls that have been standing between you and your breakthrough are already cracking. The answers to prayers you prayed months and even years ago are already traveling toward you. Keep your faith. Keep getting up every morning and choosing to believe, even when you cannot see evidence yet. Keep talking to me, even when the words feel small and inadequate, because I am listening to every single one, and I am answering every single one in ways that are perfectly timed and perfectly designed for your specific life and your specific journey. I also want to speak to you about the people who have hurt you, the ones who said things that cut deep, the ones who walked away when you needed them most, the ones who betrayed your trust or took advantage of your kindness or made you feel like you were not worth staying for. I know how much that pain sits in you. I know it because I feel everything you feel. And I want you to do something that is going to feel impossibly hard at first. I want you to let it go. Not because those people deserve your forgiveness. Not because what they did was okay or right or fair. But because forgiveness is not a gift you give to them. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. When you hold on to bitterness and unforgiveness, you are the one carrying the weight of it every single day. When you release it, you free yourself. And releasing it, it does not mean you pretend the hurt never happened. It means you put it in my hands and let me be the one to deal with it. And I will. I always handle things with perfect justice and perfect love, in ways that are beyond what human justice could ever achieve. You are going to be amazed at what happens in your life when you start walking in genuine forgiveness and genuine love for the people around you, including the difficult ones. Doors open for people who walk in love. Blessings flow to people who choose forgiveness. Favor follows the ones who decide to be like me in how they treat others. And I want that for you. I want every good thing for you. I am not withholding anything from you. I am inviting you into more abundance than you have ever tasted. Let me tell you something about your identity that I need you to hear and hold on to tightly. You were not created by accident. You were not an afterthought. You were not a mistake that somehow ended up here. You were carefully, deliberately, lovingly crafted by my own hands with a specific purpose in mind. Before you were born, before your parents even knew you were coming, I already knew your name. I already knew the number of days in your life. I already knew the gifts I was going to give you and the calling I was going to place on your life. You were designed. You were chosen. You were set apart for something that only you can do in exactly the way that you can do it. Nobody else in all of history, past or future, has been or will be exactly who you are. You are one of a kind, and that is not an accident. That is a decision I made intentionally because I needed exactly you in this world at exactly this time. The gifts inside you that you have been too afraid to fully step into. I put those there. The dreams that make your heart beat faster when you let yourself think about them. I planted those in you. The compassion you feel for people who are hurting. I gave you that on purpose, because I need someone with that kind of heart to go into the places where hurting people are and bring them hope. Everything about you that you have questioned or doubted or felt insecure about, I created with intention. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are not the wrong kind of person for the life I have called you to. You are exactly right. And the sooner you begin to believe that, the sooner you will start to walk in the fullness of everything I have designed your life to be. I want to take a moment and tell you about something special I am doing in this very season of your life. Even if you cannot feel it yet, I am working on you from the inside out. I am reshaping the way you think, the way you see yourself, the way you see the world, and the way you see me. I am removing old ways of thinking that have been keeping you small and replacing them with a new way of seeing that is going to open your eyes to possibilities you never noticed before. Old mindsets that said you were not worthy, not capable, not lovable, not destined for good things. Those are being dismantled right now, brick by brick, and replaced with truth. My truth. And my truth says that you are worthy because I made you. My truth says you are capable because I equipped you. My truth says you are lovable because love is literally what I am made of. And my truth says that your destiny is full of more good things than you have ever dared to dream. As you begin to see yourself through my eyes, something remarkable starts to happen in the world around you. People begin to respond to you differently. Opportunities begin to appear in places that seemed empty before. Connections are made that lead to doors opening that you did not even know were there. Provision starts to come from directions you never expected. This is not magic or coincidence. This is what happens when a person aligns their heart with mine and starts walking in the truth of who they really are. The universe was designed to respond to the children of the King walking in their identity. And you are a child of the King. I also want you to take a moment right now and think about everything you are grateful for. Not the big things only, but the small ones too. The fact that you woke up this morning, the fact that you are breathing right now and your heart is beating, the food you have eaten today, the people in your life who love you even imperfectly, the memories that make you smile when you remember them. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe because it opens your heart to receive more of what you are thanking me for. When you are grateful for what I have already given you, you create more space in your life for more good things to come in. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and then into more than enough, and then into abundance. It is the language of faith. It is the sound of a heart that trusts me, and I love hearing it from you. If you are watching this right now, and something inside you is resonating with these words, if your heart is feeling something that you have not felt in a while, please do not ignore that feeling. That is me reaching out to you through these words. That is my spirit moving in you and saying, I am real and I am here and I love you and I have not given up on you. Respond to that. Lean into it. Like this video as a small act of faith. Leave an amen in the comments and mean it with your whole heart. And if you want to keep receiving messages like this one that feed your spirit and remind you of who you are and how loved you are, then subscribe to this channel right now. Do not let this moment pass without doing something with it. Every step of faith, no matter how small it seems, matters to me. My dear child, there is something I need you to understand before another moment passes. You have been living your life looking at yourself through a broken mirror. Every time someone hurt you, every time you failed at something, every time life knocked you down and you struggled to get back up, a crack appeared in that mirror. And over time, instead of seeing the real you, you started seeing only the cracks. You started believing that the cracks were the truth about who you are. But I am here today to take that broken mirror out of your hands completely and replace it with something else. I want you to start seeing yourself through my eyes. Because what I see when I look at you is so far from what that broken mirror has been showing you that it will take your breath away. When I look at you, I do not see your failures first. I do not see the list of things you did wrong, or the years you wasted, or the opportunities you missed. The very first thing I see when I look at you is the person I designed with tremendous love and incredible intentionality before the world even existed. I see the gifts I placed inside you that are still there, still waiting, still full of potential, even after everything you have been through. I see a heart that has been through fire and is still beating. I see a spirit that has been pushed to its limits and is still standing. I see someone who kept showing up, even when showing up was the hardest thing they had ever done. And I am so incredibly proud of that person. I am proud of you. Do you know what one of the most beautiful things about you is? You never completely stop believing. Even in your darkest moments, when the doubt was loudest and the pain was heaviest, there was still a tiny part of you that kept the door open just a little. A tiny part that whispered maybe, just maybe, things can still get better. Maybe there is still a reason to hold on. That tiny part of you. That small, stubborn, flickering flame of hope. That was me inside of you. That was my spirit refusing to let you go. That was the part of you that is connected to me, pulling you back toward the light, even when everything else in you wanted to give in to the darkness. and that little flame that kept burning through your hardest seasons. I want you to know that I am going to fan it into the biggest, brightest fire you have ever seen. Let me tell you something about how I work that will help you make sense of some of the most confusing and painful things that have happened in your life. I am a God who works through process. I am a God who builds things slowly and carefully, and with extraordinary attention to detail. When I am making something truly remarkable, I do not rush. I take my time. I make sure every foundation stone is laid perfectly before I start building the walls. I make sure every root goes deep enough before I let the tree grow tall. And the reason I do that is because I am not just interested in giving you a blessing. I am interested in giving you a blessing that will last. A blessing that will not collapse under pressure. A blessing that is built on a foundation solid enough to withstand any storm that tries to come against it. So, when it seemed like things were moving too slowly in your life, when it felt like everyone else was getting their breakthrough and yours was nowhere in sight, I was not ignoring you. I was not playing favorites. I was not withholding from you out of anything other than pure love. I was building your foundation. I was going deep before I went wide. I was making sure that when the blessings came, you would have the roots to hold them, the wisdom to steward them, the character to sustain them, and the heart to share them with others in a way that multiplies them beyond what you could ever do alone. This ministry exists to bring encouragement, prayer, and God's truth to every heart that needs it. You can stand with us through the PayPal link in the description and pinned comment. May God bless you abundantly for your love and support. Now I want to paint a picture for you of what your life is going to look like as you step fully into the purpose I have placed over you. I want you to imagine waking up in the morning, and instead of the first feeling being dread or anxiety or the heavy weight of everything you have to carry, the first feeling is peace, a deep, settled, unforced peace that is already there before you even have time to think about your circumstances. It is there because you have learned to anchor yourself in me rather than in your situations. And because of that anchor, the storms that used to knock you completely off your feet now only cause a gentle rocking. You feel them, yes, but they do not destroy you. They do not define you. They do not have the power to take away the joy that is sitting underneath everything else in your life, like a deep underground river that never runs dry. I want you to imagine having a clarity about your purpose that makes every decision feel less complicated. Not because life gets simpler, but because you know what you are here for. You know whose you are. You know what matters and what does not. And that knowledge acts like a filter that takes the overwhelming noise of the world and turns it into something manageable and even beautiful. You stop chasing things that were never meant for you and start walking confidently toward the things I created specifically with your name on them. And when you walk in that kind of alignment with your true purpose, everything flows differently. Doors open more naturally. Favor follows you into rooms before you even say a word. People are drawn to something in you that they cannot quite explain, but that they want to be near. I want you to imagine your relationships being transformed. The deep loneliness that you have felt at certain points in your life, that feeling of being surrounded by people, but still somehow unseen and unknown. I am healing that. I am bringing people into your life who will truly see you. Not just the surface version of you that you show the world, but the real, full, beautiful, complicated, worthy version of you that you usually keep hidden because you are afraid that if people saw that version, they would leave. The people I am bringing to you will not leave when they see the real you. They will stay. They will love you more for the honesty and the realness, because I am sending you people whose hearts I have prepared to receive you exactly as you are. And I want you to imagine the moment when you finally see the breakthrough you have been waiting for. I want you to feel it for a moment right now. That moment when the thing you have prayed for 1,000 times finally happens. When the answer finally comes. When the door you have been knocking on for so long finally opens wide. The feeling in that moment is going to be unlike anything you have experienced before. Not just relief, not just excitement, something much deeper than both of those things. A profound, holy recognition that I was faithful, that I kept my word, that the wait was worth it, that you were right to hold on. And in that moment, you are going to want to tell everyone. You are going to be so full of what I did that you will not be able to contain it. And that overflow, that beautiful, uncontainable overflow of gratitude and testimony is going to become the thing that changes other people's lives. Your breakthrough is never just for you. It is always a ripple that touches everyone around you. I need to talk to you now about something that happens in the heart of almost every person who has been through significant pain. And I believe it has happened in yours too. It is the quiet, often unspoken belief that you somehow brought your suffering on yourself. That the hard things that happen to you are evidence that you are less loved, less worthy, less chosen than people whose lives seem to have gone more smoothly. That the pain is a punishment rather than a process. I want to dismantle that belief completely right now, because it is one of the most harmful things you can carry in your heart. Pain is not proof of my absence. Difficulty is not evidence of my disapproval. Some of the people I love most deeply in all of history went through the most extraordinary suffering, and in every single case, I was with them in it. I was working through it. I was using it. And in every single case, the story did not end with the suffering. It ended with the redemption. Your story does not end with the hard chapter you have been living in. That chapter has a purpose, and it has an ending, and what comes after it is going to be worth every single difficult page. I promise you that. I do not make promises lightly. Every word I have ever spoken has come to pass exactly as I said it would, and this one will too. The suffering you have endured is not the end of your story. It is the part of the story that makes the ending even more magnificent. It is the darkness that makes the dawn so breathtakingly beautiful when it finally arrives. Let me speak to you now about something that I see many of my children struggling with in this particular season of the world. The constant noise and distraction and business that keeps people from ever sitting still long enough to hear my voice. The world has become extraordinarily loud. There are notifications and alerts and content and opinions and news coming at you from every direction, every moment of every day. And in the middle of all of that noise, it has become almost impossible to find the quiet. But the quiet is where I speak most clearly. The quiet is where I meet you in the deepest way. The quiet is where the most important conversations happen and the most important transformations take place. I am asking you to protect your quiet time with everything you have, to treat it like the sacred and precious thing that it truly is, to guard it against the 1,000 small things that will try to crowd it out, because every moment you spend in genuine stillness with me is an investment that pays dividends in every other area of your life. The peace you access in the quiet stays with you when you step back into the noise. The clarity you receive in the stillness helps you navigate the complexity of the day. The strength you draw from my presence in your quiet time carries you through the moments when your own strength runs out. Do not sacrifice your quiet for anything that is not truly worth it. Nothing in your inbox or on your screen is worth more than what I have to say to you when you sit still and listen. I want to tell you about something I have noticed in you that makes my heart full. Even in the middle of your own pain and difficulty, you have a habit of noticing other people's pain. Even when you yourself are struggling, something in you reaches out toward the person beside you who is also struggling. That is not an accident. That is not just your personality. That is me and you, recognizing myself in others and moving toward them. That compassion you feel for people who are hurting is one of the most valuable and powerful things inside you. Do not let the world harden it. Do not let disappointment or exhaustion or cynicism close that part of your heart, because that compassion is going to be the primary vehicle through which I do some of the most beautiful work of your life. The people you are meant to help are already around you. Some of them are in your immediate circle. Some of them are people you have not yet met, but will meet at exactly the right time. Some of them will come to you because they heard your story and it gave them courage. Some of them will come because they noticed something different about the way you live and they want what you have. And when they come, you will be ready. Not because you have it all together, not because you are a perfect example of a pain-free life, but because you have walked through fire and you came out on the other side still believing in me. And that is the most powerful testimony there is. There is a very specific lie that I want to address right now, because I hear it whispered into so many of my children's hearts, and I want to cut it off at the root. The lie says that your sins and your failures and your past are so significant that they have permanently disqualified you from being used by me in a meaningful way. The lie says that the things you have done or the person you used to be have put a permanent ceiling on how high you can go, or how much good you can do, or how deeply you can be loved by me. And I need you to hear this as clearly as I can possibly say it. That is a lie. It has always been a lie, and it will always be a lie. Because the truth is that I use broken things. I use imperfect people. I use men and women who have made catastrophic mistakes and found their way back to me. In fact, some of the people I have used most powerfully in history were the ones with the most dramatic stories of failure and redemption, because their stories left no room for anyone to think it was their own goodness that made them great. Everyone who heard their stories had to give the credit to me. And that is exactly the kind of story that changes the most lives. Your story of struggle and redemption is going to do the same. Every part of what you went through, even the parts you are most ashamed of, even the parts you have never told anyone about, I am going to use all of it. Not to embarrass you, but to set someone else free. Because somewhere out there is a person who is sitting exactly where you once sat, feeling exactly what you once felt, believing exactly the lies you once believed. And when they hear your story, they are going to realize for the first time that there is a way through, that they are not too far gone, that I can reach them exactly where they are. And that moment of realization is going to be the moment their life begins to change. You are going to be the instrument of that change. That is not a small thing. That is one of the most significant things a human being can do with their life. Now let me speak to you about provision, about your finances and your resources, and the very practical matter of whether there will be enough. I know that this is one of the areas where worry tends to grip you most tightly. The fear that there will not be enough, that you will not be able to provide for your family, that the numbers will not work out, that you are falling behind and you do not know how to catch up. I hear that worry. I see the sleepless nights it causes. And I want to speak directly into it with truth that will calm the fear if you let it in. I am Jehovah Jireh. That name means I am the God who provides. Not the God who provides sometimes. Not the God who provides when the circumstances are favorable. Not the God who provides for other people but not for you. I am the God who provides. Period. Without exception. Without limitation. Without condition. I have never once in all of history allowed one of my children to truly lack what they genuinely needed. Not one time. And I am not going to start with you. Your provision is not coming from your job alone, or your savings alone, or your own ability to figure things out. Your provision is coming from me, flowing through whatever channels I choose to use. And I have more channels available to me than you can count. I can provide for you through your job, and through your savings, and through your own hard work. But I can also provide for you through completely unexpected sources that you never would have thought to look to. Through people you do not even know yet. Through ideas I drop into your mind at just the right moment. Through doors that open in fields you never expected to enter. Through divine reversals of situations that looked completely hopeless. What I need from you in the area of provision is not more striving, and not more anxiety, and not more knuckling your way through every financial challenge. What I need from you is trust, practical daily decision. By decision, trust that I am your provider, and that I know what you need, and that I am already working on it, combined with wisdom in how you steward what I have already given you, combined with generosity, because generosity is one of the keys to supernatural provision that most people overlook. When you give with a trusting and willing heart, you are essentially putting my provision laws into motion. You are declaring with your actions that you believe I am your source, not your limited human resources. And I honor that declaration every single time. I also want to speak to you about your health. Your body is not an accident. I designed every system in it with extraordinary complexity and beauty. The way your heart beats without you having to think about it. The way your lungs expand and contract thousands of times a day without any conscious effort on your part. The way your immune system fights battles you never even know are happening. Your body is a miracle, and I made it. And I have the power to heal it when things go wrong in it. I am not limited by medical diagnosis or statistics, or what is considered possible by human standards. I am the one who created the human body. I know exactly how it works, and I know exactly how to restore it when it is broken. Bring your body to me in prayer. Bring your health concerns to me, not instead of the medical help that I also provide through doctors and medicine, but in addition to it. Because I work through both the supernatural and the natural, and I am not limited to either one alone. If you are facing a health challenge right now, I want you to know that I see it. I have not overlooked it. It has not slipped through the cracks of my attention. I am aware of every symptom, every fear, every specialist appointment, every medication, every prayer you have prayed about it. And I am working. Trust me to work in ways that may surprise you. Trust me to use the process of healing, however long or short it is, to draw you closer to me and to teach you things about yourself and about my nature that you could not have learned any other way. And trust that my ultimate plan for your body, my ultimate intention, is wholeness and health and the ability to live out every day of the life I designed for you with energy and strength and vitality. Every video is created with prayer, time, and dedication to reach who may be searching for encouragement and faith. By supporting this ministry through PayPal, you help keep this mission growing and touching more lives each day. God bless you abundantly. Let me take a moment now and speak about something that touches the deepest part of what it means to be human. The need to feel known. Truly, deeply, completely known. Not just seen on the surface, but understood all the way down to the innermost parts. This need is one of the most fundamental drives in the human heart, and it is not a weakness. I put it there. I designed you to need to be known, because I designed you for relationship with me, the one who knows you most completely of all. Every human relationship you have is, at some level, an attempt to satisfy this need. and human relationships can go a long way toward meeting it. But they can never fully satisfy it, because no human being has the capacity to know you the way I know you. No person, no matter how close, can see every part of you and love every part of what they see. But I can. I do. I know everything there is to know about you. The beautiful parts and the ugly parts, the brave parts and the cowardly parts, the generous moments and the selfish ones. I know every thought you have ever had, and every feeling you have ever felt. I know your history better than you do, and I know your future better than you can imagine. And knowing all of that, I choose you. Every single day, I choose you. I love you. I delight in you. You are never a burden to me. You are always a joy. This is the love that I want to become the foundation of your identity. Not what other people say about you. Not your accomplishments or your failures. Not how productive you are, or how together your life looks from the outside. The foundation of who you are is this: you are known completely and loved completely by the one who made everything. That is who you are at the very core, and nothing that happens to you or around you or because of you can ever change that foundation. It is permanent, it is unshakable, and it is yours. As I speak to you in this moment, I am also thinking about the generations that will come after you. Your children, if you have them, and their children, and all the ones who will come after them. The choices you make today, the faith you walk in today, the character you build today, these things do not just affect your own life. They ripple forward through time in ways you cannot fully see. When you choose faith over fear today, you are teaching the next generation what faith looks like. When you choose forgiveness over bitterness today, you are breaking a cycle that could have continued for generations. When you choose to trust me in the hard seasons, you are building something in your family line that is stronger and more enduring than any physical inheritance you could leave behind. You are leaving a legacy of faith, and that legacy will feed and strengthen and guide your descendants long after you are gone from this earth. I want you to dream about that for a moment. I want you to see the impact of your one faithful life, stretching forward through time and touching people who have not even been born yet. People who will hear about what you did and what you believed and how you kept going even when it was hard. People who will draw courage from your story in their own difficult moments. People who will know me because you knew me. That is the kind of impact that one surrendered, faithful life can have. And it is the kind of impact that I am planning for yours. Now I want to talk about worship, not just singing songs, though singing is beautiful and I love it. I want to talk about a lifestyle of worship, a way of living every moment of your day as an act of devotion to me. Every time you choose kindness when bitterness would have been easier, that is worship. Every time you choose truth when a lie would have been more convenient, that is worship. Every time you get up off the floor after being knocked down and you say, "I still believe in you," that is worship. Every act of generosity, every moment of genuine compassion, every time you choose love in a situation where love costs you something, all of it is worship. And this kind of worship is the most beautiful thing I receive from my children, because it is not just beautiful words. It is a beautiful life, and a beautiful life is the greatest testimony to who I am that the world can ever see. I am calling you to that kind of life. Not a life that is perfect, not a life that is free from mess and complication and failure, but a life that is genuinely oriented toward me. A life where I am the center rather than the periphery. A life where the decisions you make and the words you speak and the way you treat people all flow from a heart that is genuinely connected to mine. That is what I am asking for from you. And in return, I am giving you everything. Everything that truly matters. Everything that lasts. everything that will still be significant when this world passes away and eternity stretches out before you with all of its unimaginable beauty and fullness. There are people watching you right now, people in your life who may not say anything, but who are paying close attention to how you handle the hard things. They are watching to see if your faith is real. They are watching to see if there is actually a difference between the way you live and the way people who do not believe in me live. They are watching for evidence that the hope you talk about is genuine and not just words. And every day that you choose to walk with integrity and faith and love in the midst of difficulty, you are giving them that evidence. You are answering their unspoken questions. You are showing them that I am real and that I make a real difference in a real person's real life. That is one of the most significant things you can do for the people around you. Just live it out. Just keep walking in faith. Your life is a sermon that reaches people that words sometimes cannot. I want to close this portion of what I am saying to you today with something that I need to settle into the very deepest part of your heart before you move forward. I need you to know, with the kind of knowing that does not wobble and does not fade and does not get shaken by circumstances, that my love for you is not going anywhere. It is not conditional on your performance. It does not increase when you do well and decrease when you fail. It does not grow when you are obedient and shrink when you struggle. It is constant. It is vast. It is fierce. And it is entirely and completely and permanently yours. You did not earn it, and you cannot lose it. It is the most stable thing in your universe. The one thing you can always count on, no matter what else shifts or changes or falls apart around you. And because that love is real, and because it is yours, you have access to everything that love carries with it. Hope when you are hopeless, strength when you are weak, clarity when you are confused, peace when you are anxious, joy when you are sorrowful, company when you are lonely, direction when you are lost, comfort when you are broken, and a future so full of good things that your best imagination cannot fully contain it. All of this is yours, not because you deserved it, because I love you, and that is enough reason. That has always been enough reason. Walk forward, my child. Walk forward in the full knowledge of who you are and whose you are. Walk forward with your head up and your heart open and your hands ready to receive everything that I am bringing toward you. Walk forward knowing that every step you take is being watched over and guided and protected by the one who made you and who loves you beyond every measure and every limit that language has the ability to express. Walk forward and know that I am with you. I am always with you. I will always be with you. And together, there is absolutely nothing that we cannot face, nothing that we cannot overcome, and nothing that we cannot turn into something beautiful. Your story is still being written, and the best chapters are the ones that are coming next. Get ready, my dear child. Get ready for the goodness that is on its way to you, because it is coming. It is already in motion, and it is going to be more than you ever thought to ask for, and more than you ever dared to hope for. I am the God of more than enough, and everything I have, I pour out lavishly on the ones I love. And I love you, more than the stars in the sky, more than the grains of sand on every shore, more than any measurement this world has ever come up with. I love you that much and then infinitely more. Now go live like you believe it, because it is true. Every word of it is gloriously, permanently, unshakably true. Now let me speak to you about something that many people carry, but few people talk about openly. The feeling that you have missed your chance. The thought that maybe it is too late for you. Maybe too many years have gone by. Maybe too many wrong turns have been made. Maybe the dreams you had when you were young are just too far in the rearview mirror. now to be worth hoping for anymore. I want to address that lie directly and firmly right now, because it is one of the most destructive things the enemy whispers into people's hearts. It is never too late with me. I am not limited by your timeline. I am not bound by how many years have passed or how many mistakes have been made. I specialize in impossibilities. I do my best work in situations that have run out of human solutions. The very fact that you are still here, still breathing, still watching this video right now is proof that I am not done with your story. Your best chapters are not behind you. They are ahead of you. And I am the author, so I know exactly how this story ends. There are people whose lives you are going to touch in ways you cannot yet imagine. There are people who are waiting for your specific voice, your specific story, your specific experience of pain and healing, because that is the exact thing that is going to give them the courage to keep going. Your story is not just for you. Your story is a part of a much larger story that I am writing, and every chapter of it, including the painful ones, has a purpose. The things you went through that hurt you most are going to become the very things that help other people the most. I am a God who turns wounds into wisdom and tests into testimonies and pain into power. And that is exactly what I am doing with yours. I want to speak now about a very practical thing that will help you every single day of your life from this point forward. The habit of coming to me first thing in the morning before the world gets loud, before you check your phone, before you look at the news, before the demands and the noise of the day start pulling at your attention. Give me the first moments of your morning. Sit with me in the quiet. Talk to me. Listen for me. Read words that feed your spirit. Let your first thoughts of the day be thoughts that are anchored in truth and love rather than fear and urgency. This simple practice will transform the quality of your entire day more than any other single thing you could do. When your morning starts connected to me, you carry that connection with you into everything else that follows. Problems that would have overwhelmed you feel manageable. People who would have irritated you receive your patience instead. Decisions that would have paralyzed you become clearer. Give me your mornings, and I will give you my peace for the rest of your days. I also want to encourage you to surround yourself with the right people. Not perfect people, but people who are genuinely trying to grow, people who encourage your faith rather than mock it, people who speak life into you rather than drain it out, people who remind you of who you are when you start to forget. The people you spend the most time with have an enormous influence on your heart, your mindset, and your direction. Choose them wisely. Protect your circle, not out of pride or exclusivity, but out of stewardship of the precious heart and spirit that I have entrusted to you. And as you protect your own spirit, be the kind of friend to others that you wish you had. Be the one who shows up. Be the one who speaks encouragement. Be the one who prays. Be the one who stays when things get hard. A single act of kindness can help God's message reach someone who needs hope today. If you feel blessed by this channel, you can stand with us through the PayPal link in the description and pinned comment. Thank you for helping us spread God's love one soul at a time. Let me tell you something beautiful about the way I see time that will give you a completely new perspective on the delays and the waiting seasons in your life. I see all of time at once. I see your past and your present and your future all at the same moment. So when you are in a painful season praying for something and wondering why it has not come yet, I can see the exact reason it has not come yet. I can see the thing that needs to happen first, the preparation that still needs to take place, the alignment that still needs to be made, the person who still needs to be moved into position. And because I can see all of that, I know the perfect moment for every blessing to land in your life. Not the moment that feels urgent to you, but the moment that will actually give you the full experience of what I am trying to give you. Trust my timing, even when it is hard, especially when it is hard, because my timing is never wrong. I want to tell you something now that I need you to hold on to through every future difficulty that you will face. I am not a God who sits far away watching your pain without feeling it. I feel everything you feel. When you cry, I cry with you. When you are afraid, my heartache is for you. When you are exhausted and ready to give up, I am right there beside you, holding you up with invisible hands so that you do not collapse. I am Emmanuel. I am the God who is with you, not just near you, not just watching over you from a safe distance. With you, in the room with you, in the hospital room, in the courtroom, in the boardroom, in the bedroom at 3 in the morning when the fear gets loudest. I am there, and I am not passive. I am actively working on your behalf in every single one of those moments. You are not the kind of person I give up on. I do not give up on my children. No matter how many times you stumble, no matter how many times you wander, no matter how many times you doubt and question and pull away, I am always right here with open arms when you turn back toward me. The moment you take one step in my direction, I run toward you. That is how much I want you close. That is how much I love you. There is no record I keep of how many times you have come back to me after getting lost. I only keep record of the fact that you came back. And every single time you do, I celebrate. Heaven celebrates. Because you are worth celebrating. Now I want to give you something to carry with you as you go about the rest of your day and the rest of your week and the rest of your life. A promise. Not just any promise, but a promise from the one who created the universe with the sound of his voice and who has never once broken a single word he has spoken. Here it is. I will never leave you. I will never forget you. I will never stop working on your behalf. I will never run out of mercy for you. I will never stop loving you. These are not words I say lightly. They are the truest things I have ever said, and they are specifically and personally for you. Reading and hearing them right now in this moment, you are entering a new season. A season of breakthrough. A season of supernatural provision and unexpected blessings. A season where things that have been stuck for years suddenly begin to move. A season where prayers that felt like they were going unanswered suddenly start manifesting right before your eyes. A season where the enemy's plans for your life are reversed, and what was meant to harm you becomes the very thing that launches you into your destiny. Get ready for it. Not with anxiety or striving, but with open hands and an expectant heart. This is your time. And I have been preparing you for it longer than you know. The road ahead of you is not going to be without challenges. I want to be honest with you about that, because I respect you too much to paint a picture that is not real. There will still be hard days. There will still be moments of doubt and uncertainty. There will still be times when things do not go the way you hoped, and you have to trust me through the disappointment. But here is what is different now. You will not go through any of it alone, and you will not go through any of it without purpose. Every single thing that comes your way from this point forward, I will use it for your good. Every challenge becomes a classroom. Every failure becomes a foundation. Every loss becomes a setup for something better. I waste nothing in your life. Absolutely nothing. As you walk forward into this new season, I want you to carry 3 things with you every single day. The first is faith. Not perfect faith, not unshakable faith, just the small, mustard seed kind that says even when I cannot see it, I still believe you are working. That is enough for me to work with. The second is gratitude. A heart that is thankful for what it already has creates the perfect condition for more to come in. And the third is love. Love for me. love for yourself, and love for the people around you, including the difficult ones. These three things, faith, gratitude, and love, are the most powerful tools I have placed in your hands. Use them every single day, and watch what they build in your life over time. I see your whole life stretched out before me like a beautiful tapestry. And what I see takes my breath away, not because it is perfect or without pain, but because of what it becomes in the end. Every thread of difficulty and every thread of joy are woven together into something that tells a story of redemption and love and faithfulness that will last forever. Your story is not finished. It is barely getting to the most beautiful part, and I cannot wait for you to see it the way I see it right now. So get up, my beloved child. Get up with courage and with hope, and with the unshakable knowledge that you are not alone and you are not forgotten, and you are not without purpose. Get up knowing that the God who created everything that exists in this universe knows your name, knows your address, knows your heartache, and is personally and actively involved in making your life something extraordinary. Get up and face this day with your head held high, because you belong to me and I belong to you, and nothing in this world, in the past, in the present, or in the future, can ever change that truth. If these messages have brought peace to your heart, strengthened your faith, or reminded you of God's love, please consider supporting this ministry through the PayPal link below. Together, we can continue sharing hope and God's word with countless souls around the world. Walk forward in faith. Walk forward in love. Walk forward in the confident expectation of a person who knows that the best is not behind them. The best is just beginning. And I will be with you every single step of the way, holding your hand, guiding your steps, lighting your path, and cheering you on with a love that is bigger than the entire sky, and deeper than every ocean, and warmer than every sunrise you have ever seen. This is my promise to you today. This is my heart for you always. You are mine. You are loved. And everything, absolutely everything, is going to be more than all right. I am your father. I am your shepherd. I am your closest friend. And I am with you right now, in this very moment, smiling at you and saying, "Welcome home, my dear child. Welcome home."